So now let's discuss about few solved examples. Let us start firstly with alkanes. So I'd now like to take compounds and structural formula in order to get habituated for drawing complex structures in the future problems or future topics in which we'll be discussing. So let's take this compound. It has two dots, in the sense it represents two carbons. So, and it's no unsaturation is present, it's ethane. And this one, it has three dots, it's propane, as there is no unsaturation. And now let's look at this one. It has no unsaturation, as I've told you. And in the previous classes we have discussed IUPAC and trivial nomenclature. This solved examples is purely based on IUPAC nomenclature. And as I have told you, in IUPAC nomenclature, representing the branch at a particular number is very much important. So, and I have told you the substituent must be taken with the priority order form. So now if you look at here, let us give numbering to the carbon system 1, 2, 3, 4, and the methyl group is present at second carbon, so it is 2-methyl, and this is a 4 hydrocarbon system, and hence I can name it as butane. And now let's take another example. Similar manner, we must give numbering 1, 2, 3, 4. Over here we observe substituents at 2 and 3 carbons, and if we take a look at it, so we must mention 2, 3 dimethyl, not 2-methyl. This is correct form, but not 2-methyl, 3-methyl. Butane is absolutely wrong, you must remember it. And next one, let's take this one, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons, but we must take a longest chain, and let us give numbering 1, 2, 3. This is 3 numbers, and we have 2 substituents at same carbon, hence let us give it as 2, 2 dimethyl propane. I hope you understand why I have taken propane, as it is 3-member chain and no unsaturation is present. Now look at few examples of alkenes nomenclature, and let's start basic with this thing. This is generally called as ethene, and let's take another example, and this one is called as 4-carbon chain bute, and unsaturation is present, but at which carbon? First carbon. 1, 2, 3, 4. At first carbon the unsaturation is present, hence it is 1-ene. And now what about this compound? Give the numbering in the same manner, 1, 2, 3, 4, and unsaturation started at second carbon, hence I must name it as 2-butene. And now let us take another compound. So now we must give according to the numbering according to the double bond priority, and if you take a look at it, and including the substituent, you must remember in mind. If you give the numbering, I give like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. At second carbon, this is present, and as well as double bond. Hence, I give the name as 2-methyl and 2-ene. And let us take another example. And if you give numbering to it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is 3-methyl butanene. Butanene or 3-methyl 1-butene is correct. Either of them is correct. There is no mistake in this. And now let us take few examples on alkynes, and starting with ethane. Why do you think this is called as ethane? 2 carbons, and hence an unsaturation of triple bond is present. It's ethane. And let's take this structure. So this is generally called as 1 2 3 4 but, and unsaturation is presented 1 2 3 4 1 ion. And sometimes, to confuse you, they will be given even in this manner. This compound can be even represented in this manner. Now you must remember it. They give you like this. Now they ask you what is the name of this compound. So you must be clarified that here is one carbon, here is another carbon. Only this is only possible for this alkynes. And here is one carbon, here is another carbon, and here is another carbon, here is another carbon, but, and it's one ion, same compound, maybe represented in 2 forms. And now let's take this example, or I represent it as this manner. So this must be named as but 1 2 3 4. The unsaturation started at second carbon, 2 ion. Now let's take this compound. This seems pretty interesting. Now when you start numbering, what would you do is my question. So here is one carbon, here is another carbon, here is another carbon. Do you think it's pro? It's way absolutely wrong, because earlier I have told you to consider this thing, right? So here is one carbon, here is also another carbon, you must remember. So now numbering must be given in this manner: 1 2 3 4. You get in? So unsaturation started at first carbon, it's but, and here we have some gifted compound like 3-methyl, and then mention 1-butyl, and your answer is correct. And now if you take examples of alcohols, let us continue about alcohols in the next page. Let us take examples of alcohols. So let our first example be this compound. So now this compound can be named as 1 2 3 prop, and it's an ane, no unsaturation, good. And you must remember this, and from the previous classes I have given you a table, and from that suffix should become ol. Yes, it's correct. Propanol shall be its name, and there is need to be mentioned where the numbering goes 1 2 like this. It's like this. At first carbon the alcohol is present, so it name become like this. So let's take this example. What is this? Same manner, numbering at 2 alcohol is present, so we can name it as like this, propanol. And let us take this example. Similarly, give the numbering 1 2 3 4. It's a 4 carbon system. You must be very careful. It's butanol, ol, butanol. And where is alcohol present? At 2, so we mention it as 2 butanol. And now let us do this example and take the longest chain. 1 2 3. Yes, the longest chain have been chosen, and there are 2 things over here. This methyl group here acts as a substituent, and this thing over here acts as a functional group. You remember it? Numbering must be given based on the functional group, and I'll tell you how to give in the further examples. I'll give you differentiating compounds. So over here 2-methyl, both the functional group and substituent are present at same carbon. 2-methyl 2-propanol shall be its name. And let us take another example, as I've told you. So, as I've told you, functional group should be given priority, not the substituent. So this one shall become the first carbon, and this shall become the second, this shall become the third. So at second carbon we have two guests, or two substituents I must say, that is 2,2 dimethyl. You remember it? 2,2 dimethyl 1-propanol. So now let us continue with the examples of fifth one, aldehydes. Ol, and this is al. Suffixes I'm writing in the bracket, you must remember. So fifth one is aldehydes. Let us take our first example as this one. And what shall this be, you think? 3 carbons, and prop shall be its name. Ane, it's gifted, it's unsaturated, and the suffix is al, propanol. Let us take another example. And what is this? What do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's a pent in al, pentanol. You're getting it? And let us take another example. So if you look at this example, this is like 1, 2, 3. Based on functional group, you must be giving the numbering. You here note it down as note like this. If you have any empty place like that, numbering must be given based on functional group as main priority. I hope you would remember and write it in a spacious place. So now let us continue with the example. We have 2-methyl, and where do we have this aldehyde? At first carbon, so it's like this, 2-methyl propanol. So let us go with next example, and this example shall be like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4. This must be the numbering manner. As I've told you, functional group should be the major priority, and as numbering is given in this manner, now let's write the name. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like 2, 3 dimethyl butanol. And let us continue alcohols, ketones, carboxylic acids, esters, and the remaining groups in our next module.